Thanks for watching The Talk of San Diego. And for those of you in our studio audience, please take the time to notice the nearest emergency exit sign, as there's a pretty good chance you'll need to know its location in a darkened studio with hundreds of other screaming audience members all clamoring at once to get out. Thank you from your friends at The Talk of San Diego.
Hi, I'm Andrea, and I will be your host today on The Talk of San Diego, and I'm here with Alex Cootie, who is the SeaWorld San Diego spokesperson, and she's going to talk to us today. So what type of animals do you have here at SeaWorld?
Hi Andrea, we have so many animals here at SeaWorld. Of course there's the obvious marine animals like killer whales and dolphins. We have sea lions, seals, but we also have a variety of different animals. We have penguins and sharks and sea turtles, which people might not expect at SeaWorld. And we also have an entire area called Animal Connections. And those are animals that our guests actually get to interact with, and they come out on a daily basis. And those are animals like, let's see. We have legless lizards, we have a water monitor, we have some really cool animals like a porcupine. So animals that you wouldn't necessarily expect at SeaWorld, but that make great connections with our visitors every day.
And how many patrons would you say a day come to SeaWorld?
Well, it really depends on the day and the time of the year. June, July, and August, we have several million visitors that come just in those 3 months. In the off-season, in the wintertime, it's not as crowded. Our park hours are a little bit more minimal than they are during the summertime, but I would say on average several million visitors a year.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it's a lot of people.
Do you get overwhelmed with how many people?
It can be overwhelming. You know, sometimes when you come out on a busy summer day and you see all these people here, you just go, wow, like look at all these people that we're getting to educate and entertain and amaze every day.
But it makes you want to come to work, right?
It
Seeing
does.
everyone?
It's a really fun place to work and a really fun place to just share so much information with all these people.
And if you had a nightmare, what animal would be starring in it? Basically, what animal are you most afraid of?
Most afraid of? Well, the sharks are definitely pretty scary looking. I would probably say the sharks. We have this almost 60-foot acrylic viewing tube where you could actually go underwater and the sharks are swimming over you.
How scary.
So, yeah, they're definitely a little bit creepy, and we have like that creepy kind of Jaws music that plays in there. So
that's perfect.
I would say the sharks, yeah.
And so just maybe an approximate, how many would you say that SeaWorld has saved over the years since it's been established?
Yeah, our rescue and rehabilitation program on average rescues about 200 animals every year. Some years when we have like an El Nino, we've done up to 500 animals. So definitely over the many years that we've been rescuing animals up and down the coast, the West Coast, I would say hundreds of animals over the years. Thousands in fact, yeah.
And what is your favorite animal?
My favorite animal, gosh, it kind of just depends on the day. There's a lot. I would say right now my favorite, we actually just rescued over the weekend 2 little sea lion pups that are less than 1 week old, and they're so adorable. They're being bottle fed. So
cute.
Probably for this week, those are my favorite.
And like maybe, what was another one back then? Or?
Oh gosh, another animal that I really like, I would say, are the penguins. They're just really fun. We actually get to travel with a lot of our animals, and our Magellanic penguins are some of the penguins that we can fly on Southwest, and we could go visit schools, say in Phoenix or Las Vegas. So the penguins are really fun because people, wherever you go, people just love the penguins, and they're really cute when they waddle around. Yeah.
And have you also traveled with them, or?
I have. Yeah, I do have the opportunity to travel. I've been to Seattle, Northern California, Las Vegas, Phoenix, even up into LA, and we've done lots of things with our animals. It's a lot of fun. It's great to be able to take those animals out and educate kids in schools and just show them that, you know, science and learning and caring about our environment can be fun.
Very cool. And why did you pick SeaWorld? Why did you decide to work here?
You know, I actually kind of stumbled into this career. It was just a summer job for me. I had a friend who was auditioning to come work in the entertainment department, and she said, you should come too, because we were in choir together back in high school. And I just kind of showed up. There were hundreds of people at this audition, and my girlfriend and I both ended up making it. We were one of like 12 people that were picked for that summer to work, and I've just been here ever since.
Wow, very fun. And what type of job was that, like to be a host?
Yeah, I started off in the entertainment department as a host of the different shows around the park, and really the role varied depending on what show it was, from the Shamu House of Dow show to the Sea Lion and Otter show, or hosting Club SeaWorld. And then from there I transferred over into our marketing department, where I got to oversee group events and private parties, and now working in the public relations department and traveling with animals and outreaching to the public.
Very fun. Well, thank you for your time, and we are going to take a short break. I'm Andrea, and this is the Talk of San Diego.
You're watching the Talk of San Diego. And come to think of it, Adele was right. We could have had it all. Damn it!
Nearby the flamingos, which are also called the American flamingos. And surprisingly, when you look at their legs, their very long legs, they have like something that looks like a knee that bends backwards, but it's actually their ankle, and their knee is a lot higher on their legs, as you can see. And we have sea lions and otters, and 12:30. We have to see the show. It's 12:30 now. Come on. Hi, I'm Andrea, and this is the Talk of San Diego. And now we'll take a short break to the weather. As you can see, it's calm and partial wind. It usually moves at a comfortable 4 miles per hour. And as you can see, it's wonderful gardening season. And back to you, Johnny. Hi, I'm Andrea, and we are at SeaWorld San Diego, where you can see a lot of wildlife, like these pigeons. Hey guys! They're just hanging out, having a good time, like we are at SeaWorld.
Due to time constraints, we move ahead in our program to, more than likely, an even more tediously boring, uninteresting part of the show. We sincerely apologize to any remaining listeners. Thank you.
So what would you say you love to do even more? What was your favorite?
Gosh, it's just very different. It's like apples and oranges. They're both fruits, but they're both great, but they're both different. Being in the shows and being in front of the crowd every day was an amazing experience, but it's also kind of fun to be behind the scenes and do a lot of the prep work that goes on to make all of this happen. So I couldn't pick if I had to choose one, but I love it both. I'm glad to have so many opportunities.
What attractions do you have here?
We have a lot going on this summer. The biggest thing that we have right now is our summer nights at SeaWorld, and that's where we have our extended park hours. We have special nighttime shows that are completely different than the daytime shows. So it's a totally different experience at night, and of course we have fireworks that are the finale of every night here during the summer. So it's a lot of fun stuff going on, and we always suggest for people, especially San Diegans, to come out maybe a little later in the day, try to beat the heat and kind of get the sunset and then stay for the night.
And what is different about the shows during the day or during night?
They're just completely different. Obviously with the nighttime shows, there's a lot of lighting elements that we can incorporate. Our Shamu Rock show is just really fun and upbeat, a lot of cool screen graphics and lights. It's just a completely different performance than the daytime One Ocean show. And then we also have like our Sea Lions Tonight show. It's kind of a funny show that makes fun of all the other shows in the park. So it's like once you've spent your day at SeaWorld, it's a good time to just kind of laugh and make fun of some of the things that you might have seen during the day.
Very cool. And do you have any new rides?
We do. We have a very brand new ride that's called Manta, and it's actually a little bit more than a ride. It is a double launch roller coaster, which is the first for us, but it is also a 100,000-gallon ray aquarium. So it's an opportunity for guests to come and feed and touch and interact with rays. So we want you to feel like you're a ray on the roller coaster, like a manta, but then also get to touch and learn about the rays as well.
Very cool. And what type of schooling or experience would the trainers need to have with handling the animals or training them?
Yeah, our animal trainers have a variety of different backgrounds. Most of them have some kind of college degree in the life sciences, whether it's psychology, biology, marine biology, and then once they have that education, it's always great to have some other kind of animal experience, whether it's volunteering at like a local humane society or some kind of basic animal experience. And then they actually come in, the first thing they need to do is pass the swim test, which I would love to be an animal trainer, but I'm not a swimmer, so that was out for me. So it's a pretty extensive swim test. There's a lot of swimming, diving, and you got to be able to hold your breath for quite some time. And then once you pass the swim test, they would invite you to an audition where you would actually perform on stage. You learn some choreography, and you actually practice speaking on a microphone, because a lot of what the trainers do is obviously giving presentations every day to guests on stage in a huge stadium. So it's kind of a long process, but it's very worth it. We have some of the best zoological professionals in the world here. So
it's very cool. And how many years of schooling or do you think, or training?
It just depends. A lot of the stuff that we do here at SeaWorld is on-the-job training. There's really no other place that you can go to get that kind of experience and education on how to train a dolphin.
Yeah.
So once they kind of have that classroom experience and a foundation and some animal involvement, then they would come to SeaWorld and they would learn everything here. A lot of the trainers have been here for a very, very long time. We have trainers that have worked more than 20, going on 30 years here. So we have a very long history of great people working here.
Wow. And we're going to take a short break. I'm Andrea, and this is Talk of San Diego.
Save time and money by bundling the Talk of San Diego. That's right. By combining the Talk of San Diego TV show with the Talk of San Diego radio blog podcast and the Talk of San Diego YouTube channel post, you could save well over 30% in the next year alone. So what have you got to lose? Start bundling today. Today! Now! Oh, sorry. This is so exciting.
We're back. I'm Andrea, and this is the Talk of San Diego. And do you have any interesting stories about your experience with the animals here, or funny, or?
Gosh, there's definitely a lot of funny stuff that goes on every day. I would say the most fun parts, for example, in like a sea lion and otter show, I think the audience loves it when the animals are being asked to do, which does happen. You know, all of our training is positive reinforcement. All of the animals participate in the shows because they want to. So it's kind of funny to see when an animal doesn't necessarily want to do something, and that's totally fine. Yeah, you know, it's fine with us. We want it to be fun for the audience and fun for the animals. So I think kind of those little things, you know, you try so hard to rehearse and make a great show, but it's the unexpected things, and it's how the trainers react and the audience react that makes it real fun. And it's real, you know, it happens.
And do the trainers get annoyed that the animals don't?
No, not at all. No, it's fun. It keeps them on their toes too. It's always something different.
Oh, yeah.
You can never really go into a show and anticipate that it's going to be the same way that you've done it before. It's always different.
Yeah, and that sounds like so much fun. And would you say that the lifespan is longer for animals that live here than wildlife?
Yeah, our animals have really great health care, and we have a wonderful veterinary team. They're all checked and monitored on a regular basis, so they get routine blood tests, they get teeth cleanings, and because they're under the care of these people all the time, we can definitely see when things maybe require medical attention. So because of that great veterinary care, they're living a lot longer here than they would out in the wild. Obviously, they don't have to worry about hunting for food and predators like they would there. So we are seeing great success, and we're also having great success with animals giving birth here at SeaWorld. And we have really successful breeding programs. So animals are not only thriving and doing well, but reproducing and creating some offspring.
That's wonderful. And would you say that in general, how can we as a population help the wildlife, or how can we help to protect them?
Well, that's one of the things that we hope to do here at SeaWorld. We want to give guests this not only amazing entertainment experience, but we hope that we can educate everyone while they're here on what we can do to protect the ocean. Our Turtle Reef exhibit is a great example. Sea turtles are threatened and endangered because a lot of times plastic bags will get into the ocean, and those sea turtles will think that they're jellyfish. And so when they ingest those plastic bags, it could potentially kill them. So we hope by having these great exhibits and these great shows that people are inspired. So when they go home, they'll recycle, they'll maybe turn off the water when they're brushing their teeth, and all these little things that really can make a huge impact. And of course, some people go even way above and beyond that and start beach cleanups and do bigger efforts. So that's definitely our mission, and we hope to inspire people every day.
Wow. Well, you inspired me. And will we get to see around here?
Yes, yeah. Listen, enough of the talking. Let's go have some fun around SeaWorld. I'm going to introduce you to some friends. We're going to go check out Manta. We're going to check out our rescue and rehabilitation program.
Sounds great. I'm so excited. Very cool, and thank you for speaking with us. And we're going to check around here. I'm Andrea, and this is the Talk of San Diego, and we're going to just be right back. We get to see all of SeaWorld. Step your watch.
Time to sit back and let the clouds drift by and let all of us here at the Talk of San Diego take your troubles away. Ah, yes, troubles gone. Bye-bye. The Talk of San Diego, now available at all Save Right, Zippies, and Crisco Drugs. Also available in pill form.
Well, here we are at the penguin exhibit. This is a ripoff, they're not even real penguins. Cardboard. Hi, I'm Andrea, and this is the Talk of San Diego, and we're back, and this is Krista, and she is a Aquarius from SeaWorld. Hi! And she's going to talk to us about the rays here, as you can see.
They're coming down.
As you can see. I think I'm going to feed some, although I don't really want to. It's kind of gross.
Welcome to Manta. We are going to be feeding silver sides to our California bat rays. If we can have some come over here. Here comes the big mama right now.
Whoa, look at them.
Here comes two. And what we're going to do is we're just going to hold the fish in between our fingers, and we're going to put our hand underneath the water. And they're going to come and slurp it up. And the come here. Just like that.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, this is our large female. You want to try?
Oh my gosh, I don't know if I can.
You can do it! So we have about 30 of these bat rays in here right now, and we're gonna pull, we're gonna move another 30 in here eventually in the next week.
But you're gonna put more?
Yeah, we're gonna put tons more, well, 40 in here.
Wow.
And we have guitar fish in here as well. We have Garibaldi that we'll be putting in here, some sturgeons. There you go. You want to touch it? You want to touch it? and all slippery there.
Oh, wow.
A lot of people say they feel like a hot dog.
A hot dog.
Yeah.
That is so weird.
Okay, now that you touch them, you have to feed them.
Oh my gosh.
You can do it. Its mouth is underneath. They are bottom feeders, so out in the ocean, they feed on the sand. When you are in the ocean, we ask you to do the stingray shuffle. So shuffle your feet so that you scare them away. They do not have their barbs on right now. Don't have to worry about that. We clip them every 3 months. But out in the ocean, that's why we do the stingray shuffle, is so that you don't step on them and they don't sting you.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you scare them away. They're just as scared of us as we are of them.
And are they more gentle here at SeaWorld?
Oh,
because
yes.
they're constantly pet and everything?
Yes. And we ask you to gently use 2 fingers down their back. Just tickle them, that's what I say.
Yeah. Like the little kids like to slap and everything.
Yeah. This
Oh, is
one's,
that a baby?
I would say this one's probably about 5 years old. This one's probably about maybe 10 to 15 years old. We also have males in here. They are a lot smaller. And if you can tell,
The males are smaller than the females?
yes. And what's interesting is underneath their tail, they have 2 claspers. And hopefully we can get a male over here so that you can see them. So they are an elasmobranch, closely related to sharks.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And how long do they normally live?
Oh man. We've had a lot of beach rays for, I've been here about 10 years and the majority of them have been here a lot longer.
And this isn't the size that you would normally see on the beach, right?
Yeah, you can see them all various sizes out here, but yes, you
Oh
can
my
see those.
goodness.
Yes.
That would be so scary.
Yes. Out in La Jolla Shores,
Oh my god.
you definitely see these guys.
I'd like have a panic attack. Like I would just like,
I want to show you a male, but I don't see one.
Wow.
You want to feed anymore?
Oh my gosh, maybe I'll pet one. I'm kind of afraid.
I'll get them up here. Obviously, their best sense would be their sense of smell. That's why she's coming over to me.
Oh. And how far can they smell?
Oh, that's a really good question. I don't really know that one off the top of my head. Yeah.
So that is also a female?
Yeah, the larger ones are the all females. I don't see any of those. But the males usually like to hang out down below, and it gets about 13 feet down in the deep sections.
And I mean, I don't really know it all, but do they have bones or they kind of just...
They have cartilage.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
just like shark does.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Oh, baby! Yeah, they're flying through the water.
Are they endangering?
Not really, because they are an elasmobranch and they are found out on our coast. A lot of people do catch them in their fishing lines, and they'll cut their tail off, which will cut their spine off, and then throw them back into the ocean.
Why would they do that?
So that nobody else gets hurt. If you
Basically
see,
kill them?
no, it doesn't kill them at all.
So-
No, it's a preventative. So they cut off their tail right here, which cuts off their spines and makes it go like that. What it does hinder is their defense mechanism.
Oh, okay.
So if you see that large female over there, she doesn't have a tail. When we got her, she did not have a tail already.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
So
That's why
is that bad that they've cut them off, or is that good, or?
for the rays, it's a bad for their defense mechanisms, but it won't hurt anybody if they do come across a bad ray. So it could hinder them a little bit, but that's about it. There you go.
Hey, buddy, what are you doing here?
Hey, Mr. Seagull.
There are no fish for you.
Yeah.
And how long have you worked with the rays?
I've been at SeaWorld for 9 years, and I worked here in 2004 when it was Forbidden Reef, and I just moved back here within the month when we opened it up as
Very cool.
So this facility, it was down for 18 months with all the construction and with the roller coaster, and we opened it up on May 26th, and so we added water about a month prior to get it going with all the water chemistry, and then 2 weeks after that we added in batteries. So it's barely been open about 6 weeks now. So
And are there different types of rays, or?
in here we're only going to have the guitar fish. I don't know if you can see them all the way over by that
Oh,
window.
yeah.
And then the California bat rays are only going to be in here, but there are other species of rays that we do have in the park. We have a southern, we have round rays, which are a southern rays are over at Shark Encounter, and then our JTA will have some new cow nose rays starting in 2 weeks, and we'll be switching it to a warm water exhibit. And this is a cold water exhibit, which is 60 degrees and below. And
seawater.
Yes, ocean water. Exactly.
And how often do they have babies, or how many do they normally have?
They have a live birth. They could have 2 or 3 at a time, and they come out like a rolled taco, rolled burrito. They have them yearly. Their gestation is probably 9 months to a year. And how you could tell a female may be pregnant is her back portion gets a little extended, but it's really difficult to see until it actually happens.
And do other types of rays, would they have problems with if they were all mixed? If they were in the same tank, or?
Not, it depends on the warm water and cold water species, but usually they will not be found. I mean, they could be found together. They probably won't even harm one another or even acknowledge one another. Yeah. So like with the California bat rays, you will not put them with the cow nose or the southerns because of the water temperatures. The southerns and the cow nose are found off your coast of Florida, which is what we're getting over at Journey to Atlantis, and these are found off of our coast here in California.
And are these the biggest rays? Or they're even bigger?
There's even bigger, which southerns can get about 8 feet wingspan.
Oh my goodness.
Our largest here is probably 4 to 5 feet wingspan, but they could get up to 6 feet. And weigh almost between 50 to about 75 pounds.
Oh my gosh. That'd be so scary if you're in the beach and you just see one of those.
Yeah, well they'll probably move away before you even notice it.
Oh, okay.
They don't. They're silly. In the mornings when we come in about 6 o'clock, there'll be all 20 of them just sitting right here sleeping. Or
like
down below, if you guys go down
together?
yeah. Down below, it's like they're their own little pod.
Wow. Wow. And thank you very much.
Oh, you're welcome so much. Thank you for coming and visiting us.
Thank you. And we'll take a short break. This is Andrea in the Talk of San Diego. Hi, I'm Andrea, and aren't we having a blast here at SeaWorld? I know I am. Well, we can't put it all into one episode, of course, so stay tuned for part 2. Backwards. We're going backwards. Whoa! Whoa! Cool. So does the wheel actually work? Let's try it. Now we're really high. Now I'm gonna get out and look for my stomach. Where is it?